Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerd could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just
How's
a
it going
made-up
there,
word.
fella?
MCs
It's going.
It's going.
It's
You had
going.
a big weekend.
A long weekend.
You had a long weekend, and now this long weekend leads into a Nerkie.
School coming back. Oh yeah, and an
And
Nerkie.
school coming back, and
That's
both
all
those.
all I've been thinking about. School back.
Dreading it.
Mm-hmm.
Welcome to being a teacher.
Week was nice though.
Yeah, well, shut up. I don't get those anymore. But that's my choice. Thanks, B-Rob.
Yeah.
B-Rob. But welcome to Every Man's Guide to Nerddom, where we two 30 to 40-something-year-olds will talk about pretty much whatever we want. I'm Chris.
And I'm Kyle. And if you guys would like to be a bigger part of what's going on, join the community in the link to the Discord server down below in the show notes. Discord is a awesome free little app. If you don't know anything about it, we have our own little community server set up where you guys can join in all the chats of all the things of all the stuff that's nerdy. We have sections there for comics, anime, movies, TV shows, cartoons,
Star
Funkos,
Wars.
beer, Star Wars, Legos, ball sports, all kinds of stuff. So jump in there, be a part of the conversation, find other like-minded nerds or non-like-minded nerds, and expand your nerdy horizons, because that's what it's there for.
Mhm.
So
Just argue with B-Rob,
yeah,
J-Love, or Chove.
argue with everybody. That's what it's there for.
Yeah, that's true.
And also, if you would like to hang out with us live and in person, Chris and I stream on Twitch. You can find Chris over there under Guyver Unit 01, GUYVERUNT 01. Myself is KSIG, K_SIG. We usually have streaming nights set up every Friday and Saturday night. We do community games on Friday night, indie horror games on spooky Saturday night, and then sometimes some days in between whenever we get time. It's kind of busy season right now, but it's starting to wind down a little bit, so we may be on there a little bit more often. We've had a lot of schedule conflicts lately where like Chris is playing and I can't play. I can play, Chris can't play.
Mhm.
There's always people playing. So
There is.
being a part of the Discord is a big thing of that. Go in there, introduce yourself, find some people to play with. We've got all kinds of different games going on all the time. So hop in that.
Hop on pop.
Hop up on it. Yeah, it's fun.
Hop up on it. Doo-doo, doo-doo,
Doodly-doodly.
doo-doo. So yeah. So first off, I would say, let's jump right into it. But we have
What?
someone that we want to talk about for Listener of the Week. Kyle, who do we got?
You got Miss Shantae, our resident stream and EGTN Goodwill ambassador, who will also call you out for your bullshit. She's awesome.
100% she will.
Yeah.
Shantae, we love you. Woo!
happy
Congratulations.
Listener of the week, birthday
And-
week coming up. Yep.
And it's her birthday. You said it. It's her birthday week.
Hey, it's your birthday. So thanks for listening and being a part of the community and always just being sometimes the voice of reason, sometimes the voice of putting us back in check. Sometimes we just need a voice.
We just Shantae is our voice. So Shantae, thank you so much. We love
Thanks,
you.
girl.
You are amazing, and thank you for continuing to stick around and support us. We
Mhm.
really appreciate it.
We do.
Bottom of our black little hearts.
Yep. Just soulless, empty husks of the men that we are.
Mhm. But we're good looking.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
That's what we write on the bathroom walls.
new poll coming up. Who's better looking? So, what are we talking about this week?
Bad Batch.
We're still on Bad Batch. We're still
on
few-
Bad Batch.
We're a few episodes behind, but that's fine because we're still talking about it.
Uh-huh.
We're on season. At least we're on the right season. We're on season 2, episode 7, and we were talking pre-show a little bit. So these last few episodes, they've all been good. Been a lot. There's a lot of action, a lot of stuff going on.
They're picking up.
They're picking up. They're just hard to talk about because there's a lot of action, right? And so it's hard for us to sit here when we do these. If you guys have never listened to one before, we go scene by scene. We talk about, we pause it, we break it down. We're watching it together in a group watch over here on a side monitor. So if you're watching the video, you see us looking away. We're checking stuff, but if there's a lot of action, it's hard for us to talk about. It's like, yep, they swung a lightsaber. Oh, they shot a blaster. Wrecker's doing Wrecker stuff. It's hard to talk about. But this one, there's some like meat to it. This is a very pivotal episode in the series, I feel. A lot of things have led to this. And so it's good to see stuff coming to fruition in the season, because early on we were talking about like, are they going to stick with the 3-story arc? Are they changing off that a little bit? Because they kind of did that first season, which is in the vein of how Clone Wars did their kind of run, like a lot of 3-episode arcs, 2, 3, 4, mostly 3. But this one felt a lot more this season
Phony.
after it got going, they were just like, you could hop in and you can watch these episodes at any time. But a lot of that stuff has led to this point, things we saw earlier in the season. I'm not saying the last few episodes were filler episodes, but we'll see how much they come into light later. There's
Fruition.
There was like some fan service stuff in previous episodes and things. This was a really story moving episode. Like, it continued the story a little further and really helped with that. So this is, we can say definitely a don't miss episode, and not Bad Batch heavy at all. Like,
no.
this is taking place off of everything. So
there was no Bad Batch in this episode.
No, I thought there was for a second.
I did too.
But I was like, he would have been a lot better at that.
But so once this episode hit, like this season is felt disjointed.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, what's the bigger arc? And we've talked about that. We thought that the big thing is, it's the rise of the Empire and how they're dealing with it, where their conscience lies. This episode, when it came out, was probably to date. The time it came out to date was my favorite episode, just because lots and lots of intrigue. Once we get into it, we'll talk about it a little more too.
Yeah.
But it was just it's a great episode. Just lots going on.
Yeah, this one's called The Clone Conspiracy, which it delves into more about we knew Rampart couldn't be trusted from the get-go. Well, one, he's Empire, duh. But still, he's got like extra bad guyness to him. He
really does.
He's so far the big bad of the season. And we get to dive into a little bit more about how he operates. He's an admiral, but he's very much a politician, and how he approaches things and how he talks, how he interacts with others to further his agenda, which is very much an anti-clone agenda. It was just weird at the end. We'll get to that too.
Dick.
Yeah, Admiral Dick. So we'll get this thing going.
Yep.
I clicked the play button.
Good. So
I don't see anything.
First thing we see the cruisers.
I see nothing
in orbit.
Refresh it.
You can't see it yet.
Now I can. Now we're
okay.
Yep.
So we're on Coruscant.
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 Yeah.
Coruscant. Fuck. We know I can't pronounce anything.
You were trying really hard.
Coruscant.
Of course you can.
Of course I can. So we're in a cantina. And it's a trooper cantina. And the first thing we see is this smelter droid. We saw another one of these 8D8 in the book of Boba Fett. Flash fact. So we see all the clones sitting around drinking. And then there's a Twi'lek there. There's a couple non-clones in there. And one of the clones is sitting here going, the entire galaxy believes Rampart's lies, even the Senate, it's not right. Well, there's nothing we can do about it. Let it go. So why is this important?
Well, we have here these two clones. We've got Slip and cade, which we haven't seen these two by name before that I know of. We've seen them because they were part of the attack on Camino that was ordered by Rampart.
Mhm.
And
Order 66.
Mhm.
Well, no, it wasn't.
no,
Orders, but
this
it's-
is
yeah,
after.
different.
This was the end of season 1. Towards the end of season 1. So, or mid season, whenever it was last season.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we see them, and they were both there. They were a part of the attack, and they know it was wrong.
Mhm.
Um,
They were on Rampart ship.
yeah, and something I didn't really click with me, like now, is that was their home that they were attacking. That's their place of birth. Basically, they were
Which is messed up.
They were ordered by Rampart to destroy their own home. And how that doesn't mess with a clone, because they're not just robots, they're not just moving through the motions. They have their own individual feelings and thoughts and all these things that's messed with them. Like you're seeing, at least in this case, and some of the other episodes, some of the after effects of them having to fight in a war, and now them having to basically attack their own people, because there were still like clones and there was still stuff there. Like they were bombing their brothers.
They killed their brothers.
And yeah, killed them, and how they had to deal with it. So it's interesting how this plays out. Which one was it? Was Slip that they're bringing up like all this is gone because of what we did. And he starts talking about how he wants to bring this to light. Right. They're like, why is Rampart covering it up? Why was it such a big deal? They're having that discussion back and forth. They're like, we were following orders.
Good soldier follows orders.
Yeah. Or I'm sorry, it was Cade. Right? Was it Cade that was going to talk? Yeah. Send a message to Rampart. They look alike. It's hard to tell.
Oh, so they all look alike.
Well, yeah, they're clones.
That takes away my whole racist argument.
It's part of the definition. So, yeah, he said he was going, like, I sent a message to Rampart, which, why would you do that? You're like, hey, bad guy. Hey, very bad guy who ordered us.
Let me announce this.
To kill all these people. Look, I'm telling you right now, if you don't come clean and tell all the people the bad things that you did, bad guy, I'm going to tell them. Because
I'm going to spank your hiney. Surely
that will not come back on me in any way, shape, or form. Surely you'll just go ahead and be like, oh, yeah, I bombed Camino because this one random clone that I have absolutely no control over and can't do anything about told me I should do it and gave me an ultimatum. No. What happens?
They go out for tacos?
Yeah, he goes out, he's walking, tries to give him the slip. Wait,
that's
what I did there?
Yes, slip the slip.
And
flashback, that's also a move Slip uses when he's in the Twi'lek bars.
Yep, give him the old slip.
It's a card.
Oh my God. I'm hitting play. So Slip tells Cade to stop, and Slip's telling like, hey, you know what he's capable of. He's dangerous.
He basically he's telling him,
this is stupid.
Why the hell did you talk to him?
Yeah. And Cade's like, what we did, like we're not bad men, but we did a bad thing. Yeah. We're not bad guys, but we're kind of bad guys right now.
Bad guys.
And then he gets shot. Pew.
He gets sniped more accurately. Then we see one of the scenes we see is down the sights of the scope.
Yeah, less accurately because this guy can't hit. But I was like, oh, well, Crosshair's back. But then when I saw him missing all those shots, like, that's probably not, because he wouldn't miss. I don't think he would miss those.
I'm like, oh, this must be one of the regular stormtroopers they hired.
Yeah, like, well, we're just gonna throw one of the regs out.
And this guy's been alive for 20 years. You're supposed to have killed him.
Yeah.
I keep shooting at him every day.
Now he's still going. I keep giving him the pews and he keeps giving me the dodges.
I don't know.
And so all the rest of the clones run up and they see that he's down.
Did this chase scene when he got on the speeder bike remind you at all of episode 2?
The 2? Yeah, I was trying to think of which one it was.
Yeah, when they were going after the shapeshifter.
Yeah, well, they're in Coruscant. They're flying speedy things through the sky. What was kind of not really related to anything at all. But I finally started getting caught up on the Mandalorian. I still got to watch episode 3. I started. I watched
good.
but I watched episode 2 right before I watched this, and there's a lot of Coruscant on there. Like, oh, where's all the Coruscantans everywhere? It's just all lining up, and it's watching these two shows concurrently
It's hard.
is hard because you're in different timelines. We got pre-episode 4 over here with Bad Batch. We've got the beginnings of the Empire when things are starting to go really bad, and then we've got Mando over here post
Endings
episode
of the Empire.
post episode 6 at the endings of the Empire. Now it gets confusing trying to remember what's going on where, and we got simultaneous timelines at different times, trying to do all the hand signals for when all they would be happening, but it's hard to keep up with. Anyway, so now we're on the Senate floor. Well, it's not really a Senate floor. What would it be?
It's the Senate chamber
It's a chamber. It's a
with
divot.
the floating discs and everything.
Yeah, they can't really be a floor because there's not really one floor. There's a lot of little Senate platforms. Anyway, so now we're in like prequel territory where we're like politics time.
Absolutely.
And so we're seeing from this that Rampart's story.
He's got a plan. A villain, not him, but one of the.
But they're I'm saying there's his cover story was like, oh, there's a really bad storm, took them all out.
Camino.
The water planet that's always being stormed upon just took them all out. And they're like, yep, that makes sense.
Yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, that's never happened before. They've never seen a storm.
Well, and then you've got the banking clan,
Mm-hmm.
and then some other race. Like they're like, we support this bill. It's the recruitment bill. We need the galaxy. Basically, what they're saying is the galaxy needs order.
Yeah, and the clones will not suffice because they said they're short lifespans.
Yep, and they're expensive, and the breeding facility's gone.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can't make any
The
more.
cloning facility. I guess they don't really breed.
How convenient with somebody that doesn't like clones, obviously, and wants to recruit people. And so we see who is this senator? I forgot her name.
Senator Rihanna.
Oh, it's not.
Look at her. She's up high. She's wearing the hoodie.
She's the Commerce Guild senator.
Senator Pamlo.
Pamlo. Oh yeah, here we go. Senator Pamlo.
Swing low. Chad
Senator
low.
Pamlo. Coming forth to pass a bill for clones.
It sounds like a sitcom, like from the 50s.
Mm-hmm.
Senator Pamlo.
So she's fighting for the rights of the clones.
Yep.
It's basically saying like, hey, they fought for us. We made them. We brought them here. They did things for us, and now we're just going to let them go, and we're not going to do anything for them. A lot of political undertones in this episode,
and they're saying them. Oh yeah, go ahead.
Lots of real life political undertones here. In case you guys didn't get
this one's about.
Get that notion.
So the one senator is saying, it may be safe here and in the inner rim or the inner, but in the mid to outer rims, there's insurgents everywhere. This is why we need this bill. I will tell you, after watching this episode,
the recruitment bill, not the
recruitment bill.
Yeah, not the taking care of the clones bill.
Yep, taking care of business clones bill.
Mm-hmm.
Lily turned to me and she goes, after watching this episode, I really want to know more about the way the Senate works and their powers and how they run stuff. I'm like, you know what? I would actually watch a show about that. It'd be like Galactic West Wing.
Yeah. Be a whole lot of them not getting anything done.
Right.
Because
good job, Galactic Leo.
Well, you see after this scene, not to jump too far ahead, and we'll talk about it when we get there, but we got this scene where we have the senators, we see Bail Organa again, pushing to table the recruitment bill that's being presented for the floor. He is such a cunning politician. He is very good at what he does. So, and when you see like a lot of these other senators and things that as they get presented stuff later, they're just there for the clout. You can tell.
Yep.
They really don't do anything much for their people or the greater good. They're just there. And we see that when they go talking later, but it's odd, that how they, not odd, it's accurate how they portray them. And, they're not in it for the greater good, and it would be an interesting show for sure. I just don't have a lot of faith in obviously, because they don't, everything went to shit twice, 3 times actually.
3.
Yeah, with some little minor going to shits happening in between that. Yeah, they don't really. They spend a lot of time bickering and arguing and nothing getting done. And the one time they actually got something done, they got Palpatine in there. So, what the crap?
Palpatine!
Running things but can't be seen. And a saber wasn't green. Yeah, so.
I have my Palpatine.
Do you have yours?
Do you have your Palpatine? What's wrong? Is your Palpatine feeling not so fresh? Or is your clone feeling not so fresh? What's wrong? My clone's not fresh.
Sounds more like something. Palpatine sounds like more something like you'd mix with like blue space milk. Mom gave me Palpatine.
What do we got? We got some purple stuff.
Uh-huh.
Sunny D. We got some Palpatine.
Oh, I have some Palpatine. Nice chocolatey Palpatine. Full of vitamins and minerals.
They should hire us to write for this show.
Goes great with the cereal, Palpatinos.
Palpatine.
They're prized in every box. I got a decoder ring.
I got a decoder ring. Now with new lightning bolt marshmallows.
Mm-hmm. It's shocking.
It's shocking. There's so much sugar on it. It's a trap.
It's a trap.
Okay, so Bale is talking.
We could do a whole thing of just really bad Star Wars cheesy commercials. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Let's make that a thing.
Basically, you're in the political drama right now. Bale is for, let's take care of the clones. And Bale finally says, where does the Empire stand on this? And then you still got the blue dude.
Yeah.
Yes. You still got the blue dude with his little horns.
Yeah. I can't remember what his name is.
I can't remember either. I just think he's kind of cool looking. He looks like Blue Devil from
Is he Raduli?
DC.
I'm looking at the list of characters.
His name is Julie.
And what say you, Steve?
You got it. So
I like how, I don't like, but it's interesting to see, especially how he's saying right here. He says the Emperor, as always, trusts his delegation to act in the best interest. So he's still keeping up the veil of the Senate having control over things and being
even
able to
though he knows
decisions.
the truth.
Yep. So here we have fake Omega.
Yeah, Blue Omega.
I
she
swear.
drank too much blue milk.
So that's Senator Chuchi?
Chuchi.
God. It looks like they took the model they used for Omega and like, well, just throw some blue on her and make her hair pointy.
100%.
Yeah. Like when I first saw her and like even through the episode, I was thinking like, did they like still a little bit of this Senator Chuchi and throw it in the mix for Omega?
With
like
Blue Mega.
Well, she's got a similar accent. It's not the same. It's close.
It is very close. So she's Australian while Omega's Kiwi.
Yeah. And so she's voiced by, I want to see, hold on here. I want to see if this is a reason for the. No, she just does just Chuchi. Okay. But it looks, she's reminded me of Omega when I saw her. The accent, even the facial features, she's just, blue dabba dee dabba die. Uh-oh. There we go. I accidentally backed out the
Did you blue? Because I'm blue. I'm a bebopple guy.
Yeah. Blue.
I'm a senator guy.
The clones need benefits. And I don't know why. Yeah.
Dun, 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 dun.
But like her eye, like it's Omega. It's Blue Mega. So
It's Blue Mega.
yeah.
I'm trying to see if we've seen her before. I don't
I
think,
don't think we have. No. Here, I'll look her up. You carry on with this. I'll look
Okay.
up.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to look up, but I don't think we have.
I guess I'm going to Google Chuchi. We'll see how that works out.
Look, careful when you Google your
Senator
Chuchi.
Chuchi. Make sure I spell it right. Or this
There are
one
not
will-
droids simply to be shut down. Basically, she's saying they're not droids. We got to take care of them. They defended us. And then they go, I did not realize you spoke. Okay, so when this guy talks with the lady from the banking guild, all I hear is Master Payne's voice from, now that I got the sound down, from Kung Pao Enter the Fist, or Betty. I didn't realize you spoke on the clone's behalf, Senator Chuchi.
Looks like was she in Clone Wars?
Was she? Chuchi?
Possibly. She was
I
in
don't
something.
remember.
There's some pictures here on the old Wikipedia of her older.
Clone Wars was before this, though.
I know. Now I'm really confused. I hope I'm not reading any spoilers for myself. Okay, yeah, she was in Clone Wars a lot. Actually, she was in.
She?
Yeah, 2 episodes of Bad Batch, but she was in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
I wonder if she had an
12,
unspeaking
13,
part,
14,
though.
15, 16, 17, 18. 18 episodes of the Clone Wars.
I wonder if she was
Zilla
like the
Beef.
background noise, the rabble girl.
There was like a hostage crisis episode. She was in that. Senate Murders, Pursuit of the Pete. Like, yeah, she's been in a lot of them.
I need to check that out then.
Yeah, she's.
Okay, so we
And
know
she was
Senator
also
Chuchi.
in Disney Infinity 3.0. How about that?
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I had that game.
I
On
did
the
too. I
Wii
loved that game.
U. It was a cool game. So, anyway, it's not the first time we've seen her.
No. So I guess she's not Omega Light. She's Omega Original then. She's
Hmm?
basically questioning the Empire.
Maybe it's why she's so hell-bent on helping the clones, because she helped make one. It wouldn't be a total clone. I'm so confused now. Anyway, I'm confusing myself.
So she's speaking for them, and then Vice Admiral Rampart comes out and says, believe me, I want nothing more than to help the clones phase out. Yeah, he wants them to phase out
Yeah,
of
he does.
existence.
Yep. He looks like a really bad version of Woody from Toy Story.
Oh, he does.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
He does. Put your hands in the air.
There's a Sarlacc in my boot. So,
He rides a Wookiee.
reach for the sky,
Reach
Walker.
for
God dang it.
reach for the Skywalker.
I hate myself for
Yeah,
that
Fred.
one.
To infinity and hyperspace.
Mm-hmm.
Reach for the Skywalker. Okay, mine says sinking group. I need to reload this. Disney Plus, you need to do better.
Yeah. It may be my internet crapping out again. It's been good. Well, I haven't been home for like 3 days, so there's probably that too.
Internet crapping out again?
Problems with the lines. It's not on my end. It's on their end.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, Rampart's saying, I'm for the clones, and then next thing you see, he's with
Blue fella.
Blue Bopple guy.
Mm-hmm.
With
Believe
Papa-
Snorlax.
Papa Smurf.
And he's like scary looking. Like, that's probably the only reason that dude got the job. Is he's intimidating looking. He's got tusks and horns.
And he's got liver spots. Look at the dark liver spots.
Got the staff with the Oscar on the top.
He's like Blue Gorbachev.
Mm-hmm. Gorbachev.
Gorbachev.
Ew, God.
Gorbachev. Gorbachev. And they're talking basically about, they're sniffing a little too close. He says, if any of them begin to dig further into what truly happened to Camino, then this legislation is at risk. Because he's in bed with the Emperor, like probably quite literally.
Probably.
The Emperor's like, let me touch her tentacles.
Good.
Good.
Let it flow. No, never mind. No.
Yeah, he's like, force choke me.
Harder. What? Never mind.
Oh, that's going to make it into the show description. Force choke.
God.
Basically, he tells Admiral, I hope for your sake, nothing else happens. And then we see Senator Chuchi in the bar. And
which one was this one again? I forgot. It's not Slip. Slip's the one that
Slip
the one that got shot.
Yes, I think Slip died. This is Cade. Maybe.
I think it's Cade.
Here's where you go. I don't know. They all look alike.
They all. Yeah.
But she's talking to him, and he's got a bunch of troopers behind him. And basically, this is why I'm here, to better understand your needs. And he's like, I need to stay a trooper. Can you make that happen? And she's like, well, no, but once a clone has completed the required rotations, and he's like, yeah, the Empire declares us obsolete. We lose, we won't be taking that chance. She's talking about creating a pension plan for them, and he goes, pension plan? I'd be rather fighting the insurgent groups that keep popping up. They're still good soldiers.
Yeah. They don't
want to retire.
Oh, no. Well, that's all they know. And that's where I was picking up, like, on some of the subtle messages in this one. This is all they know. It's going to be hard for them to reintegrate back into society. They're not going to be accepted well by certain people at certain points. And
they already aren't.
And that ties in really well with the timing of episode 4 when it came out, because that was just like right after the Vietnam War. We had soldiers, military personnel coming back that were not accepted for the things that they were ordered to do over there. And it's just kind of mirroring that. I don't know if that's intentional or not, or if this is just the theme, that it's hard for them to reintegrate back into society in general because they're military, and that's a thing that is really a thing. I don't know if that's just a handy.
It's a thing. That's a thing.
Yeah. So let's see. Where are we now? So it's not.
They're saying, we're not trained to think about. Basically, the clones have almost like tunnel vision. They don't see anything further than what's the battle in front of them. Oh, kind of. I mean, they saw like other battles, but they don't think about retirement. Okay. Play. And Chuchi's going, it's time you thought of it. And she said, as difficult as it is to accept, your military service will come to an end. And she's telling him, you get to choose. What do you want to be when you retire?
What do you want to be when you grow up? You guys don't live long.
I want to be a choo-choo train.
Chuchi.
I want to be Chuchi. She's like, let me fight for you guys. And then they all start looking around. And one of them, I think this is Man Bun, the clone.
Yeah, clone Man Bun.
Clone Man Bun. They all surround her, and she's like, I think I saw a video like this on the internet once. Blue Chuchi. Yeah, basically it cuts away, and then we see them outside. It's day now, which means they've probably been talking all night, and they're shaking hands. And Chuchi looks quite proud of herself. And then
Slip shows up.
Slip shows up. It's like, hey, are you really helping us? And she's like, yes.
Yeah, you got no voice in the Senate. Like, I'm trying to do things here.
And he said, it won't matter. Admiral Rampart can't be trusted. He's lied to you, to everyone. Here, the truth shall set you free, and here it is. Mina wasn't destroyed by the storm. It was an attack ordered by Rampart himself. Here's where it all comes out. And then Chuchi's like, what? She comes walking in. And she's like, why would you make such an accusation? And he's like, I was there above the Venator. Is it Venator?
Yeah, he was aborted. He was on the ship.
He was on the ship. Chuchi's like, no, we would have known about this.
And he said, like, Rampart made sure that nobody know.
Mhm.
So he said,
Any
all the
clones
clones
is-
that try to speak up, reassigned, missing, or dead, or gone.
They're gone, baby, gone.
And so he gives her his name. So I'm Slip. Check out my service record. Don't believe me. It's CT04.
CT0. Yeah, 0409.
Yeah. Which apparently is a reference to Clone Wars Season 4, Episode 9, Plan of Descent. According to IMDb, the episode where clone troopers Jesse, Hardcase, and Fives defied General Palmkrell's orders after his tactics and complete indifference to the lives of the clones has made them suffer heavy casualties. In later episodes, more clones rebelled against Krell and it came to light that he's working for Count Dooku and the Separatists.
Oh. We missed this.
What?
Apparently, Senator Pamlo.
Oh, wait, she's voiced by who played her in Rogue One.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's awesome.
I forgot to say that. I had it up here on my thing.
And yeah, I'm glad you brought it up. Good job, Kyle.
Good job, Chris. Sharon Duncan Brewster.
That is cool. That is really cool that they got the Rogue One voice to do it.
Well, the Rogue One lady to do the voice.
Yeah. Next thing we know, we see Chuchi sitting here looking out the window. I think her guards' uniforms are actually kind of cool.
Yeah. They all match.
They look like a big eraser.
They kind of look like off of Steven Universe. Which gem is that? That's
Garnet.
yeah.
We are the crystal gems.
Oh God, don't. That's gonna get stuck in my head for the rest of the night.
Always
No,
save the
stop
day.
it.
If
I'm muting
you
you.
think we can, we'll always find a way.
Okay,
It's
so
why the
God
people
dang it.
of this world believe in Garnet, Amethyst, and Pearl, and
God dang-
Steven.
why?
Steven Universe is amazing.
It is, but I don't need that stuck in my head now.
You know, there's a longer version of that song.
I don't care to find it.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I've
Okay.
heard it. I know. I take that back. I've heard it because I found it on Spotify one time, playing songs for the little fella.
Yeah, and I'd like to say the same, but I found it for me and I put it on repeat. Okay, so we're next thing we know, Slip is
Trying to give him the slip.
give him the old slipperoonie.
So he's in what's called Cocoa Town right now, the Collective Commerce District.
Cocoa Town.
It's where Dex's Diner was located in episode 2.
I like Cocoa Town.
Won't
He
you
gets
take
on
me
his
to
comm.
Cocoa Town.
Cocoa Town. Won't you take me to?
Cocoa
They have
Town.
they have clone drag there.
Mm-hmm. You know this isn't going to end well because it just looks seedy from the get-go. Like, yeah,
Oh,
this is where I
100%.
want to meet somebody that's going to come save me in a very dark, secluded place where if it goes wrong, nobody can see anything. These guys
Uh-huh.
are not smart.
Nope. He's on the comms and he's contacting someone to help and says, "Hey, it's me, Slip." Did he say Slip?
I think so.
Slip, I'm in trouble. I heard you can get me out, but you have to hurry. I don't have much time. He knows he's in trouble.
Yeah.
He knows he's being hunted.
Who did you think he was calling out to for help? Do you have any idea?
No,
Me neither. Okay.
I
So
honestly like. I thought maybe Ahsoka
yeah.
because I didn't know if she went on fulcrum right now by this point.
Mhm.
I thought it could have been Ahsoka, but I'm like, they haven't really introduced her in Bad Batch.
Yeah, I didn't really have any clue who it could be.
So I
Like,
didn't-
I didn't really think about it much.
No, I didn't either.
I was just along for the ride. So
'Cause
happy to be
This
there.
is such a great episode.
Yeah.
Very intriguing. You can expect the Empire to fund a new military and full pensions from millions of clone troopers. Chuchi's talking with Rampart.
Yeah.
And she's
saying,
like, if this isn't possible, this maybe not be the time for your bill, Admiral.
Yeah, so if you can't take care of the old ones, you don't get to get new ones. You got to clean up your old toys before you get the new toys out. Okay.
Reach for the Skywalker. The future of clones requires further discussion. We owe them that and further service. He is so full of shit.
He is. I was waiting for him to sit up in his chair and be like, "Will you Rampart see every?"
And he's just spinning in his chair.
Yeah. He is now Admiral Woody. I think I unplugged something. Hold on.
Okay, so I'll keep going. And this is actually pretty important. She asks him, he goes, something troubling you, Senator? And she goes, the storm that caused the cities of Camino to fall. How is it that you survived? Didn't you say you were there? And he was like, oh, it's tragic. I was taking part in a training exercise off-world. It had been present, perhaps more could have been saved. Yes, because he's the great hero of the Empire.
Think of the children.
And she's like, we lost the majority of our Kaminoan population, Admiral. This is beyond tragic. He said, indeed. Yes, indeed. But we must move forward.
Too bad. Anyway,
moving along.
Anyway, so we got to get some more troops, right? 'Cause a bunch of them died. Not my fault. Wasn't there? Woo.
It wasn't my fault. Woo.
Yeah.
He has a little horn. He goes, ha.
Rampart, you jerk. But he knows he's getting close to being found out.
Yeah, well, you think he's thinking, you think she'd go out on a date with me? She's blue.
I'd be sad if she didn't. I'd be blue, but then maybe we would relate to each other.
I feel a connection.
He pulls out his little dear diary. Today, I saw my first Chuchi. And it was blue.
It was blue. Are
that
they
at all.
supposed to be blue? I've read that thing
All
on
my
the internet
friends
about
lied
that
to
blue
me.
thing.
Everybody lied to me.
But everyone lied to me.
Everyone thinks it's my fault. It is, but they shouldn't think that.
I saw my first Chuchi.
He folds it up, and it's just got a picture of a Wookiee on it. He's got a little locket.
His aide comes in, and he's got it in a textbook.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, what? I'm reading math.
Mm-hmm.
Space algebra.
3 meters by 3 meters is important.
Equals
that's
what?
not important. Okay,
It equals a Chuchi.
Yeah.
It equals 6 inches of Chuchi.
Just has a stack on the back of his desk. Unreviewed exhaust port plans for it. That's not important. We're not going to look into that. We got worried about troopers.
It's just pictures of Chuchi from her galactic Instagram.
He's got a little shrine in the back. There's some candles.
He's cut out her dad or someone from her boyfriend from the picture they took and
his face on it.
At Galactic, Florida.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, put his face. That's all he did.
Yeah, he's really bad at Photoshop, but he can use some glue sticks.
If you guys really want us to write Chuchi and Admiral fan fiction, we will.
Reluctantly, but we'll do it.
We'll still do it because it'll be hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, so Chuchi's walking off with her guard, and we see some troopers.
Oh yeah, they're going by the memorial wall.
Yep, we see clone troopers. It's like, Senator Chuchi, you've received a secure communication.
Who's that from? Rampart. Will you go out with me? XOXOXO. Check yes or no.
And she's like, no.
His would probably say check yes or check really yes. Yes.
It's like,
really
check yes, or just yes.
Enthusiastic yes.
Are you blue?
We're making this canon that Rampart's got a crush on Chuchi.
So
we're going to find out how old she is on this though, before we really get in trouble. And that's but anyway.
It's in a galaxy far, far away. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
So whether the first battle, it's called the First Battle Memorial, by the way.
She's from Pandora.
Seriously. The blue female is from Pantora.
Yes.
You know what I'm going for, right?
Yeah, I know what you're going for.
Avatar.
Let's not even give them credit for it. Like, whatever. Yeah.
Anyways, astromech unit comes up to her, and it is R2C4. We saw R2C4 in Star Wars Resistance. Flashback.
Ooh.
He's missing the yellow paint, but it's the same droid. So Resistance was fun. It was not very well received, but I liked Resistance.
Was that the one that was kind of like, it didn't really happen? It happened, but it didn't happen. There's like early 2000s.
And the first episode had Poe in it. Well, not early 2000s. This was just a couple years ago.
Okay, what was early 2000s? Was that the
So
other Clone Wars show?
So the one you're thinking about was by what's his name, Gennady the guy who did Dexter's Lab and Samurai Jack. That's why it's very similar styles. That's when Gennady, he's married to the lady who did My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Littlest Pet Shop.
I don't watch a whole lot of My Little Pony, but I'll take your word for it.
But they're a cartoon royalty couple, basically.
Oh, okay.
Star Wars Resistance wasn't a lot about like what we think. It's like it's on a remote planet and they do like these racing. They race these ships and it's like a little planetary station. And it's as the First Order starting to rise is when Resistance is.
I guess I didn't watch that.
Anyway. I like Resistance. So, anyways, he was in Kazuda's squadron. Okay. Next thing we know, he's like, here, come with me to this back alley behind this dumpster. It's legit. It's fine. And she's like, wait here, guard. And then around the corner comes Bail Organa.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, hello, Rio. He's like, keep an eye out, droid. And he's droid. Like, droid, you caused a stir. And she's like, curious how speaking up for the right thing is bad. And he's like, it's not. But I heard you met with Rampart. How'd that go? He's like, was it productive? She's like, surprisingly so. I expected more pushback. Yet he conceded to many of my requests for the clones. Rampart is skilled at saying all the right things. So they have his number. And he basically just says, he has the habit of saying the right thing. She's like, oh, I know. I've heard this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's where his politician type skills come in.
He said Bale's explaining the whole clones' rights thing is part of a bigger picture. The Empire is afraid because it's causing more insurgents to rise up, and the Empire is afraid because it's growing faster than they anticipated.
See, it kind of threw me off a little bit when he said that the Emperor's afraid. I don't ever really think the Emperor would allow himself to be actually afraid. I think he'd be angry. I think I don't think fear would ever come into play.
Well, because I don't think that Sith are Sith afraid.
I think
so. Or do they embrace fear?
They embrace the fear.
Embrace the fear. Need to ask Storms. And she tells him about the clone that said, what happened on Camino. And he's like, where's the clone? She's like, oh, he's over there somewhere. And she's like,
we got people looking for him.
We got people looking for him. And Bale's like, you need to be careful.
Did you notice? Hold on, go back here. When she's talking to Bale. See if I can get to the right spot. Oh, no, it's going to stall a little bit. They were like, were they in an alleyway? Oh,
they're in an alleyway here. I'm going back.
Now it's sinking. She's standing up on the ledge, like he's down in the
because she's
road
teeny.
part. Yeah, she's up on the curb so she can talk to him eye to eye.
She's teeny.
Mm-hmm. She's littling. I just noticed that, like, he's pretty tall.
Bill is
Yeah.
a gigantic man.
Yeah. See there.
Oh
crap.
yeah, I saw what you're saying. I didn't
Yeah,
even notice that.
I didn't the first watch through. Yeah, she gets up face to face with him.
And she's in heels too.
Yeah, so she needs a little extra oomph to get up there.
She's Polly Pocket. She's Chio Pocket.
So we've got Rampart here logging into his Galactic MySpace
Chuchi
account.
Pocket.
And so we see a hologram of the not so good sniper that fired the first volley earlier in the episode.
And we knew where the sniper came from.
Oh yeah, we knew this was one of Rampart's guys.
Yeah, we knew this, but now we have proof.
So his armor and his stuff that he's wearing, I thought it was very interesting looking. I'm trying to think if I'd seen it before.
It looks like an assassin droid to me.
Yeah, he's very cool looking. Like, got cool armor.
It's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
I'd wear it to work.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, take care of him, this clone. Make sure it can't be led back to me. He's like, understood. And Admiral Rampart's just sitting there all broody in the dark. Doesn't want anyone to see what's on his screen.
Yep.
Now we see Slip going through the alleys, the dark alleys. This seems like a great idea.
Yeah, this is where we'll rendezvous.
And he's like, okay, I'm here. Where are you? And then we hear this voice that said, I'm en route. Hang tight.
Yep.
And then we hear these footsteps, and Slip puts up his gun, his blaster, and we see Chuchi.
Yep. With her Garnet guard.
The Garnet
They're doing the
guard.
sneaky walk.
We're sneaky.
Mm-hmm.
And then she tells him, I believe you were telling the truth about Admiral Rampart. I want you to help me. He's like, no. I'm leaving once he gets here. Nope, I'm good.
Nope, time to go. Gotta go. Nope. Things to do.
He's like, nope. She's like, who? He's like, someone who can make me disappear. Empire will not be able to find me.
Yeah, this is when you realize, like, oh, if you can find me, they can find me. This was stupid.
Thanks, Chuchi.
Yeah. He's trying to tell her, like, they've already killed Cade. Like, you cannot protect me. My life is in danger. You stay here. Yours is going to be in danger, too. You got to go. So he takes off running. She tells him to wait. And she's saying, like, the attack took out more than you realized it did. Like, entire cities. Not just the cloning facility. They wiped out everything. Or almost everything.
Mm-hmm.
Wiped out a lot of things. Most of the things. And that she wants to bring him to justice. Slip is not having it. Then we see the crosshairs.
And we assume it was Crosshair again, but we know better.
No better. That's different armor. Like, I was like, did they change his armor? His other armor looked way cooler. This is more assassin-y, slip through the shadows looking armor.
Slip.
Oh, I didn't even mean that. But yeah, that works.
Yeah.
And so they're like, we got to leave. Her guards tell her, like, time to, let's go. We got to skedaddle. And about that time, a pew rings out through the night. And, Slip gets blasted. The sniper takes out Slip, takes out one of Chuchi's guards. Now we get into some action. The sniper assassin guy's got the high ground, which is a theme. And he's holding his spot. He knows there's one guard left. There's a senator left. He was given orders by Rampart to make the senator disappear, if need be. And he's scoping in on him. Like I said, this whole time, early on, thought this was Crosshair. Crosshair would have nailed all these shots without fail. So we've got Chuchi and her guard running to, looks like a warehouse type place. The guard's kicking the door open. He takes one to the chest from the assassin. They get inside, and the assassin kind of messes with his rifle, shoots out a grappling cable kind of thing, and makes his way down. So now we're in this like warehouse thing. And they're trying to get away from the assassin. So very action scene again. These are hard to talk through, you guys. So if you see it, you know what we're talking about. Very cool looking scene though, like aesthetically. Lots of smoke, very dreary. I liked the visuals of this scene. This is probably my favorite scene of the whole episode, with just how it looked. The ones that look almost too real are very interesting to me. So Assassin's still taking pot shots at Chuchi. He can't land these shots. He's actually a pretty terrible shot. Can't hit a moving target. If she's standing still, he could probably get her, but not the best recruit by Rampart, I would say. So Chuchi makes it up to a catwalk, starts to get away, and then the assassin approaches her, or who she thinks is the assassin. She's like a cloaked outline of a figure, fires a stun blast, and actually drops the assassin. So when the stun blast happened, I thought it was one of the Bad Batch randomly showed up to help, because we've said in the past in the other episodes, more often than not, if they're fighting other clone troopers, they're not shooting to kill. They're stunning, because they don't, like Chris said, I think his last episode, maybe episode before, they're fighting their brothers. They don't want to kill them.
Nope.
And so
Sorry,
that's when
I got a Chuchi picture I had to go see.
Oh, well, that happens. But when I saw that stun blast go out, I thought it was one of the Bad Batch. I thought it was one of her boys, just based off of how they, handle things. But nope. Who do we see, Chris?
Rex,
Captain
Rex, one of my favorites.
So he's carrying on with his mission of helping clones that want to defect and get away, get into hiding,
which is awesome.
Yeah. And that kind of got brought up. I can't remember if it was this season or the end of last season. When did we see Rex last in Bad Batch? Did we see him this season?
It was last season.
Yeah, because I remember that was part of it. He was helping people hide and, get away and stuff. So
I think it was last season, because it was the last time we saw him. They were trapped in like that Imperial wreckage.
Yeah.
And they were flying off. Remember, because Rex was looking for something. I think it was last season.
Okay. I wasn't sure.
And they're like, he's dead, so are my guards. Like, what happened? Did we find the guy yet? Or did the guy get captured?
They're getting ready to capture him right now.
Okay, gotcha.
Yep.
I wanted him to testify before the Senate. And basically, they're just talking about what's going on. Someone wanted to make sure that never happened. And he opens up the helmet.
And it looks just like him. Oh, hold on, I got ahead of it.
Whoop, 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 whoop.
It's a clone.
Which is weird. And like, why would a trooper do such a thing? And he's like, he's not a trooper.
And this is where it really threw me for a loop. Because this guy was sent to assassinate clones that were going to expose that Rampart was killing clones. So we're going to send a clone to kill the clones that were... Yeah, like, why?
It's a clone conspiracy.
It's a clone conspiracy. We've got a title. So they go to this little hangar garage thing. And it's on level 1313. And Rex says, a couple of my friends own this and they're gone for a bit. Do you know who owned it? Christopher?
No. Sorry, I was looking up.
This is owned by the Martez sisters.
Oh, that we saw from Clone Wars.
Yep. Thought you would like that one.
I do. Okay, that was the Martez sisters. I was trying to look up a connection with Chuchi, see if there's something else, but there's not. I thought I had something, but I don't.
Thought you had it, but you didn't.
Yep. So basically, Rex is questioning this guy. So the armor looks very, very that the assassin's wearing. To me, it looks very Mass Effect-ish.
I was going to say Master Chief, but yeah.
Yeah, Master Chief, Mass Effect. Like, they had a baby.
Yeah.
Mass Chief.
Yeah.
Master
Effect. There we go.
Master Effect. It is cool looking armor, though. He's like, the assassin goes, "You're fighting the wrong battle, brother. You're limited." He's like, "So what does that make you?" And he looks up and he goes, "A believer."
That's what threw me when he said that. I'm like, oh my God, he's got a cult.
Yep. And then he bit down real hard, and he had an electric cyanide tooth that killed him, which is a callback, which I thought this was really cool. I didn't know this, and I didn't put the connection together until I read this. Callback to Mandalorian Season 2 episode The Heiress, where it happened on the Gozanti cruiser.
I'll have to go back and watch that because I'm trying to
I
remember.
will too. I remember the guy killing himself, but I just can't remember. I didn't remember this.
I think I remember him doing the tooth thing, where they flip the tooth.
Yep. I gotta go watch that again too.
I'm way out of
Chuchi's-
sync of where you are. I'm still back in where they pulled the helmet off of him. I don't know why I'm not back in sync. But carry on.
Okay.
I'll live through you vicariously with what you're saying.
So basically, after he did that, Chuchi's doing the whole, oh, and Rex does the, and she's going, oh, and he's going, he just
I was
basically
in the right
shakes
place.
his head.
Never mind.
Yeah, that's the end of the episode. Rex is just like, basically, he's dead.
Mhm.
Great episode.
Yep.
It
all this could have been avoided if Anakin would just been like, you know what? I just don't want to be a Jedi anymore. I want to marry you, Padme.
That's
The
true.
end. That's all he would have done. Like you don't have to stay a Jedi.
Grand opening, grand closing.
Yeah, like you don't suddenly lose your powers. You're like, I don't want to be a Jedi anymore. You still got them. You still
He
have
just
them.
wouldn't be leading the Grand Republic there.
Yeah. You could have been married and done all the things, but no.
But
no.
No, wanted to hang on to the Jedi faith.
That was a
So,
good episode.
I really
I enjoyed it immensely.
and it was Bad Batch lists.
It was too. That slightly
what's
bothers
weird.
me that my favorite one, probably my favorite episode of the season, had 0 Bad Batch people in it. Or 0 Bad Batchers, the Bad Batchians.
The Bad Batchians, yes. But yeah, so what did you all think? Let us know.
Yeah, let us know.
Give us some comments. If you all want to be listener of the week, you
Listen.
gotta let us know you're listening.
Oh, well, yeah, and then let us know. First, listen.
Yeah, and then let us know you're listening.
Tell 2 friends, and they'll tell 2 friends. Make sure you like and subscribe so you can get notifications when the next episodes go out. Typically every Monday.
Yep. We'll send
About
you
3 o'clock in the morning. So you guys,
if you want it.
Monday morning drive.
We'll send you free Chuchi pictures.
Yep. All Chuchi all the time.
All Chuchi all the time. So, shit.
I double checked. She's like 21 in this episode, so we're good there. I thought, like, man, we're making a lot of real bad jokes on that. Yeah, but no, we're good. So
we're good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
So
that was gonna be a lot of shit I was gonna have to go edit out if we were.
No, we're good. We're good on the Chuchi jokes.
Okay, good.
So with that, this has been Every Man's Guide to Nerddom. I'm Chris.
I'm Kyle, and wherever you guys are, please have a great morning, nighttime, evening, whatever time it is, wherever you are, and please be good to each other.
Stay fresh, cheese bags. See ya.
Rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore could rise up. It could get elevated. Nerdcore used to be just a made up word. MCs shied away.